Hi, Kinder friends. So, Miss Orozco here, and I am so excited to be able to bring you a lesson about pumpkins. Well, we're going to talk about pumpkins, and here, my friend Smiley. Smiley is definitely excited for today because guess what we get to do? We get to examine the life cycle of the pumpkin. Wow. So, friends, let's talk about seeds first. So, we already know that every plant in nature starts as a seed. From the smallest, beautiful, cutest plant to the tallest, most gigantic tree, they all started as a seed. And, friends, seeds come in many different shapes and sizes. So, I'm going to show you a pumpkin seed. That's a pumpkin seed. It's normally white. It's about half an inch or an inch long. It's not very big and it's very thin. It means that you can hold it between two fingers because it's not very fat or large. And well, what is a seed? That's a good question. I'm glad you asked that. So, inside a seed, you have all the necessary things needed to create and grow a beautiful plant. And the seed, the outside of the seed is hard or it can be soft, but it's very protective. That means that it protects everything that's inside, kind of like how our skull protects our brain inside. Yeah, it's very hard. It does hurt, right, when you hurt it, but it makes sure to protect your brain from getting hurt. Just like the skin keeps everything inside our body, our hearts, our stomachs, our livers, everything nice and protected, the seed also protects it. And so, why am I talking so much about a seed? Well, friends, everything in life that is alive, everything in nature that is alive has what's called a life cycle. Yeah, have you ever heard that before? No worries, we're here to help. We're here to learn what a life cycle is. So, a life cycle are the stages that every living thing goes through as it grows through its life. So, let's talk about humans. Humans have a life cycle. So, we first begin as a fetus. That's right, when they're inside mommy's tummy. And then when they're born, they're called newborns. And so, there's those cute, beautiful little babies that they can't walk, they can't talk, so you have to take care of them because they're in the newborn stage, right? And then comes the infant stage. That means that they're moving more, they're babbling, making cute little sounds, maybe even giggling a little bit and wanting to learn how to crawl. We have the toddler stage. Friends, that is when those cute little babies are now walking and running around, getting into things and climbing and being curious and wanting to learn more about the world. That's a toddler. Once you grow out of a toddler, you turn into a kid. That's the next stage in life. So, you, my friends, are now in that stage. You are a wonderful kinder kid, and we love you so much. After you go into another stage called teens, right? And then after teens, you become an adult like us. Mrs. Reeves, Miss Ward, Miss Cardoso, and Miss Orozco, we are adults. We're in that stage of life. And then you go through the next stage of life, where we call it the elderly. Now, friends, the same way a person grows throughout its life, because I was not born this size, right? No, I was a lot shorter. So, the same way a person grows throughout the life, the same way the plant grows. And so we have a cycle just like every other living thing does, like animals, frogs, and birds, butterflies, also plants, like my friend here, the pumpkin. Let's find out what the pumpkin life cycle stages are. Come on. So let's go ahead and take a tour of the life cycle of a pumpkin. Are you ready? Okay. So we first begin with a seed. That's right, friends. We begin with a seed. And look at how the pumpkin seed looks. Have you ever opened up a pumpkin? You haven't? Well, guess what? Today we're going to get to do that. But for now, let's talk about the cycles first. So here's the seed. And so inside the seed carries all the things necessary to make this beautiful pumpkin a reality. Now, it doesn't happen overnight and it's not magic. It needs some care. It needs some things to grow. So let's go to the next part. So you're going to put this seed and you're going to put it in the moist soil. You're going to make sure it gets lots and lots of sunshine and water. Rain is the best way to get the water to it. And then look, it grows into a seedling. Look at it, it's a little sprout. It's a little sprout. It's coming out of the seed. Do you see that? Yeah, that's cool. That means that the inside of the seed is growing so much so that it's going to come out of the seed because it doesn't need any more protection. It needs to grow. It needs space. And then after that, we see more green coming out of the earth. It is called a sapling. Do you see the sapling? That's cool. Well, friends, pretty soon the sapling grows a flower. That's right. It grows a flower first. And the flower is a beautiful flower that actually looks like a bright yellow star. That's cool. I like stars. And so there it is. It's beautiful. And then after some time with continued care, continued water, continued soil, and sunlight, it grows a green little bulb. And that little bulb is called a pumpkin. Now, it's a green and it's small little bulb. It's not the pumpkin that we know today, but that's okay because we are going to keep it growing. Friends, pretty soon, towards the end of maybe around September, October, these beautiful grown orange pumpkins are right before our eyes. And so we can see them in pumpkin patches, and they grow on vines, and they grow on the ground. So they're not going to be nice and tall like a tree, but they're going to grow on the ground. And finally, once you open one of these, inside you will see some seeds. What do you do with those seeds? Well, you put them back in the ground and make the cycle happen all over again. Do you want to see inside? So I cut this little pumpkin just a little bit, and I'm going to open it here, right here with you. Ready? Wow, look at that. Do you see that? Oh, that ooey gooey stuff. And look, what's inside? A seed. Whoa, here's another one. Look at those seeds, friends. Those are so slimy and they're full of slimy stuff. Look at that. That little pumpkin was full of so many seeds. Do you see that? Wow, friends. So I bet if you open a bigger pumpkin, not these teeny tiny little one, you're going to get more seeds. And there you have it, friends. That is the life cycle of a pumpkin. Bye, friends.